Justin, if I'm selling a property, why would I consider selling it on a land contract?
Well, Brian, a land contract is essentially exactly what it says. It's a contract to buy a piece of property. Now, in a typical mortgage scenario, you buy the property immediately, and the person who loaned you the money for that, your bank, takes a mortgage in order to secure repayment of the amount of money that you borrowed. In a land contract, it's a little different. Title is split. The seller holds legal title, and the buyer acquires something called legal title. And the buyer is required on that contract to make all of the payments required, and then upon doing so, then you would convey legal title over to the buyer. Now, a lot of people prefer these over the mortgage on the note because they can be more simplistic. There aren't as many rules in place. And if your buyer fails to pay as required, the eviction process is handled through the same landlord-tenant summary proceedings process, which makes regaining possession much simpler and less time-consuming.
How much money can I take as a down payment, and how much interest can I charge?
Well, Brian, on a down payment, you can take as much as you want. 10%, 20%, you could take 90% and finance the remaining 10% of the purchase price if you wanted. There is no rule or regulation on how much you have to finance. When it comes to interest, there is a cap on land contracts at 11%. And if you do exceed that, then you would be violating what we call usury laws. And if you do that, the tenant may be entitled to a recovery of any previously paid interest payments and maybe even to terminate the contract altogether.